Let's go.
It's 5:30, I'm just saying.
Let's go.
It is doggy night at the pool, and some of us are hoping to make that.
Oh my gosh. I'm with you. Let's get started. Are we on? Well, we'll get started. Do not want to hold up any fun at the pool with the doggies. Welcome to tonight's City Council meeting. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd. We are streaming live on City of Madison YouTube channel and archiving our meetings there. Like all of our meetings, we'll invite you to stand and recite the Lord's Prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Then we'll get into what is a short agenda tonight. Thank you.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Clerk, may we have a roll call, please?
Sure. Patrick Tevenant.
Here.
Carla Krebs.
Here.
Lucy DeTillo.
Here.
Josh Schaefer. Absent. Joel en route. Okay. Joel Storm en route. Jim Bartlett
Present.
and Josh Wilbur.
Present.
Council, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes from the last meeting dated Tuesday, August the 19th? If so, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
I second the motion.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Like I said, we have a short agenda, but an important one. And I'd like to read a proclamation relative to National Recovery Month, and then invite Shell to come up and talk about Recovery Cafe and the recovery effort here in Madison. Whereas National Recovery Month is recognized every year in September to promote and support new treatment and recovery practices, the nation's strong and proud recovery community, and the dedication of service providers and communities who make recovery in all its forms possible. Whereas the theme, Recovery is Real, Restoring Every Aspect of Life, emphasizes that with effective treatment, support, and resources, individuals can recover from substance use and mental health conditions, allowing them to lead healthy and rewarding lives. And whereas treatment and recovery are a process of change through which people improve their health and wellness, build resilience, live self-directed lives, and strive to reach their full potential by better managing health, home purpose, and community. And whereas connection and community are critical components of recovery, and by building a durable network of community partners, we are poised to offer and refer families the means to build resilience. Whereas the City of Madison and Jefferson County have a multitude of resources available for those struggling with mental health and substance use disorders: Centerstone, the Jail Chemical Addiction Program, LifeSpring Health Systems, Ruth Haven, Jefferson House, Recovery Cafe of Madison, to name a few. We are grateful to have wonderful financial partners like Bethany Legacy Foundation and the Community Foundation of Madison and Jefferson County. Whereas we must encourage relatives, friends, and neighbors with mental and/or substance use disorders to recognize the signs of the problem and guide those in need to appropriate treatment and recovery support. Therefore, I, Bob Courtney, Mayor of the City of Madison, do hereby proclaim the month of September as National Recovery Month, and ask all citizens to give support and understanding to those in need, and know that there is hope and that recovery is possible. Shell, I'd like to present this to you and invite you to say a few words.
Hi, Michelle Jones here. I'm the Executive Director at the Recovery Cafe. On behalf of Recovery Cafe, I want to say thank you for this powerful proclamation declaring Recovery Month in September in our city. We recognize it shines a light of hope and reality that touches so many lives right here in our own community. This proclamation reminds us that recovery is possible. It reminds us that no one is defined by the hardest struggle and that healing happens when we walk together as a community. At the Recovery Cafe, the truth every day is a healing community built on radical hospitality. We believe in peer support and accountability and in power of belonging. We celebrate every small step and every step forward, and we walk together with setbacks because we know recovery is a journey, not a destination. Our doors are open to all pathways of recovery, whether it be substance abuse or mental health. The recovery journey is happening all around us. It's a reminder that we have a role to play in building a community where healing is possible and hope is alive. So together we can continue to build a community where recovery is not just a stigma, but it's a reality. So I want to thank you guys, and thank you, Mr. Courtney.
So talk about the work you're doing at Recovery Cafe and how that is helping members of our community.
We serve about 500 to 600 meals a month to people that come through our doors. We offer hygiene, food, snacks, everything is free when they walk through the door. We've partnered with Salvation Army in conjunction to the hour, so nobody misses a meal. Most recent, we've partnered with Ivy Tech nursing program. So in the next few weeks, a few of the students at Ivy Tech will sit in about addiction and mental health as part of their nursing program. We work along with Hanover College as well, those students. So we have a lot going on at the cafe. We have meetings every time that we're open, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the staff and I, we're all peer certified, so we help get people's license. We just got 2 people. One is a 60-year-old man. He's never had a license a day in his life.
A driver's license?
Driver's license, yeah. We just walk hand in hand and, be that advocate to help people, because a lot of people, especially struggling through mental health, don't know the steps and where to go at the BMV or all the paperwork. So we sit down and help them and guide them and send all the paperwork in to help to help have a better community here in Madison, Indiana.
How is the Recovery Cafe staffed? How many people do you have working with you and recovery coaches?
Right now it's myself and one other staff. So, and then we have a whole board that, I have a board member, Sheila, she's our president, and then I have a few of the board at the cafe right now. So they step up and help, and we're just all one big family. So anybody that walks through the stores, like I said, it's just radical hospitality. We greet them with love and kindness, and it's just a safe place for people to come.
Well, thank you for all the work that you're doing, and you may have read recently that we finally have opened the first class at the Jefferson County Jail for the jail chemical addiction program. We've been working on that for probably about almost 5 years, and finally that is coming to a reality, and that is the sole purpose there is to help those who are in there for some drug-related crime, for example, to reduce recidivism and also help them reunite with their families, their children, and their communities. And so you're part of that effort. Thank you very much.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
All right, moving on with our agenda. We only have one action item tonight, and I'll introduce that. That is ordinance 2025-15, and that is establishing the Parks Donation Fund, sponsored by Councilwoman Krebs, and it formally documents the existing Parks Donation Fund. Council, I'll turn it over if you've got any.
We've had a donation fund established back in, I think they traced it back to like 2009 or something, but we were unable to produce that actual document that with the specificity, like how to spend it. So this is just a requirement for us to produce something that allows us to use that fund, money in, money out, donated in, and then spent. So the fund already existed. This just gives us the right to use that fund. So
This is the first reading, and I was going to ask if our clerk treasurer had anything to add, and then we could, if you want to move it to second reading, we can do that.
No, I just appreciate there's just that once in a while you find something that's just a weird thing that happens, and this is one of those weird things. So I appreciate that you're establishing the fund, and it does tell where you can accept monies from, but it also tells you, if you ever decide to close it, where those monies would go. And that's just the most important piece. So thank you.
So I'm going to move that we suspend the rules and take this directly to a second meeting so that we can start using that fund.
I would second that.
Any discussion? Comments or questions? Roll call.
Patrick Taverneau,
Yes.
Carla Krebs,
Yes?
Lucy DiTillo,
Yes.
Josh Schaefer, and Joel Storm, not here yet, Jim Bartlett,
Yes.
and Josh Wilbur.
Yes.
Thank you. Now we're at second reading. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance, and we'll open up for discussion?
A motion that we approve the ordinance 2025-15.
And I'll second.
Any discussion? Comments or questions? Roll call. Oh, if there is, please come to the podium and name and address, please.
Sandy Palmer, 105 East 3rd. So the fund's been there since 2009. How much is in the fund, and have you spent it before?
No, but we do have donations that have come in since. So-
Just curious.
Yes, thank you.
Any other comments or questions? We'll catch our two councilmen up and count them for attendance. Councilman, rules have been suspended on ordinance 2025-15. We move to second reading, and this is the ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Madison, Indiana, establishing the Park Donation Fund. This was a documentation cleanup, I would consider it.
Yes.
And we already had I don't think we did we did a motion and a second. We're actually going to do a roll call vote. You two can abstain if you like, or you can vote. Let's go through roll call.
Patrick Taverneau,
Yes.
Carla Krebs,
Yes?
Lucy DiTillo,
Yes.
Josh Schaefer,
Yes.
Joel Storm,
Yes.
Jim Bartlett,
Yes.
and Josh Wilbur.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Council, are there any reports or recommendations or other business from standing or select committees of City Council? Hearing none, I'd like to introduce our street superintendent, Chris Hale, to discuss the ADA transition plan. And then we also have a special guest here tonight, Craig Ludeman, I should say, from HWC. So welcome tonight, Craig, and he'll be here as also helping council discuss the ADA plan.
Yeah, Bob wasn't happy with my work, so.
I thought that was a prop.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for sympathy.
Well, really, this is how much we overwork the street department.
Yeah. So, no, I'm recovering from shoulder surgery, but I'm happy to be here tonight and appreciate your time. As the ADA coordinator for this city, we are responsible to update and maintain an ADA plan. This is a requirement as we accept funds from NDOT Federal Highway. As part of that, HWC was contracted to help us put together that plan and formulate it and propose it. So Craig Ludeman is here. I'm going to introduce him. He'll talk a little bit more about it, and then it'll be available for review and public comment for the next 2 weeks. There'll be a hard copy available here. It'll also be on the website itself. It is about 177 pages, if I remember right exactly.
Lots of good pictures.
Lots of good pictures. It also has, when you start to read through it, you'll see that it has pacer ratings similar to what you saw for the roads, for the sidewalks, maps that show those areas. So there's a lot of good information in there. And then once it's through the public comment period, we'll come back to finalize that. But with that, I'll introduce Craig.
Welcome, Craig.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here tonight, and thank you again for allowing me to be here. Again, this is just part of the system you have to go through for the public comment. The plan is great. I want to compliment Mayor Courtney and his team on this plan. It's unheard of for most communities, and I refer to a lot of communities to the mayor. most communities won't rate their sidewalks. That is unheard of. And Madison is so far ahead when it comes to other communities and doing that. And basically, that's one of the reasons I want to get up here tonight, to just compliment the administration and you folks for allowing them to do that plan, because it's hands down ahead of many other communities in the area. And I'm sure you probably get patted on the back all the time and tell you how good of a job you guys are doing and that type of thing. But again, just wanted to go out of my way to say, I can't get enough communities when we do these plans to look at their sidewalks, because they are so important to the overall thoroughfare and what you do in your community. With all the walkability that you have in your community, that is like a road for you guys. And so, again, hats off to the mayor, his administration, and all that they do. But again, if you have any questions, Bill, feel free to answer anything you need.
Craig might describe just a little bit about the process, because while this does include our sidewalk asset management plan, the requirement is about a self-evaluation of all of our public facilities and sidewalks and right-of-way areas that are open to the public, and essentially evaluate those for making them more accessible.
Absolutely. Everything from parks to concession stands to anything that the public encounters that the city is involved in running, whether it's just curb cut, it could meet ADA standards, but it doesn't quite meet something else, and that'll be noted in the plan, those type of things. And then as you replace those, it is noted and you get patted on the back from the state, and actually it turns into more grant dollars that can be available too. So again, it's part of the process, but at the same time, it's a total self-evaluation, and you look at everything to try to improve ADA compatibility throughout the city.
Yep. And this, the thing I like about what we're doing with this version is it's an update to the original asset management plan that we did. And so you'll see the progress of the investments that we've made in our facilities, particularly our sidewalks, curb cuts, crosswalks, those types of things. That's improving the condition of the road and upgrading its rating. So you'll see where that investment's actually materializing into safer sidewalks for pedestrians, more accessibility.
I'm curious, because we have lots of old buildings, historic buildings.
Sure.
And the accessibility into those are not always, up to par. Do you have any kind of a plan like that as you're fixing our sidewalks, if it's in the business district, that there could be something that would make the door to the store
It's
ADA
all up to
accessible?
each individual community to do that.
Okay.
As far as when, I know Main Street's going to be redone in what, a couple years?
We're working on it now.
We started
Working on it
already.
now? Okay. So
years.
that can be built into the plan as far as that goes, and the actual ramp can be ramped up into the building to maybe make it more accessible that
Have
way.
you ever done that in another community?
We're doing it in Greensburg right now.
In
We're
the business district?
We're redoing the square, if you're familiar with the square at all in Greensburg.
Mhm.
We're redoing that whole downtown square.
But you're specifically also, the entrances into the
We had to,
businesses?
because some of the old buildings had coal chutes and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we had to actually redesign the sidewalks so it would handle the ramp up and the ADA component of that.
Okay.
Since we're redoing
I mean, I know that's another whole cost
Sure.
thing, but I just wanted to ask if you did that. Thank you.
I would just mention this, that this report is for public facilities and sidewalks. And you're bringing up something that's a really good point, and we've had those conversations with Madison Main Street to really try to, educate business owners on the importance of making an investment in accessibility. And because many of the older buildings do not have, as you were pointing out, accessible entrances. And it would be an investment that either we did a program or got a state grant, or the business owner would collaborate in. But we're really elevating that as a need through the National Main Street Program.
Yeah, any other questions?
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
So you'll see this on our, as I said, as Craig was saying, there's a copy here. You can come in and review it. And then there will also be a version online, where if you want to review it and make a comment, you can. Part of this process was reaching out to advocacy organizations across the state, and I don't know how many, there was quite a few that received letters to review the plan, and but those are advocacy organizations for accessibility. Moving on, we have no bills on second reading or miscellaneous, so Councilwoman Krebs, I'll turn it over to you for public comments.
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry, before we go, that clerk treasurer does have a,
before you do that, can I make a request?
Yep.
Adam King, can you walk out and get the clipboard for me by the front door and bring it to me? Thank you.
go ahead. Go ahead, use your mic. There we go. Yep.
Okay, so what we're asking is that we had some adjustments, some reductions, and Mayor's going to go over those to the budget. So the budget talks that you all had, a couple of days, long days, Mayor has reduced the budget even further. So there are some adjustments, and we want to postpone when we're actually going to have the public hearing, first reading, and the second reading and the adoption of the budget. We would be posting the public hearing on Gateway, so that's our public announcement that we're doing the first reading and the public hearing on Tuesday, October 7th. It's a regular council meeting. And the second meeting, hopefully the second reading, and you guys would adopt it, would be on Tuesday, October 21st. And those are both scheduled meetings. The 17th, the significance of the 17th, we have to have it online 10 days before the public hearing. So I reached out to Benjamin Swift, who's our budget field rep at DLGF, and specifically he said there are no problems with those dates. He went into the system and he changed them for us. We can have him change them back, but we're a little late in the game. Wanted to give you guys lots of opportunities to look at the changes and the updates, so a couple of weeks here to look at those. And Mayor, I'm sure, has got something to say.
Yeah, no, I mentioned at the workshops that we were using estimates, and those estimates from the Department of Local Government Finance sprinkle in as we got more and more information, and we were really evaluating what our working maximum levy was going to be after taking into consideration the implementation of Senate Bill 1, which we've talked a lot about. That includes more homestead credits. Our circuit breaker went up. We're actually looking at an annual budget for 2026 of approximately $15.8 million, whereas at the workshop we were looking at about $16.5 million. So it's been quite an exercise to work through the budget and see what can be cut or transferred into a different budget. What we were working to do, as we've done in the past, is preserve our general fund. The general fund pays probably 95 to 100% of salaries and benefits for our staff, our police, our fire department, and all the essential services that we provide. And that is funded by the property tax levy. So there's lots of other revenue that we have to create that supports the balance of our budget. So our property tax levy for 2026 is going to be approximately $8.2 million, but we have an almost $16 million budget. So that shows you how much additional revenue has to be created through other forms of revenue like income tax, utility fees, fines, other appropriations of miscellaneous revenue that we get informed of by the DLGF. So on a general fund to general fund comparison from 25 to 26, it's about a 1.12% reduction. The challenge in all of that, and 1.12% doesn't sound like a lot, but when you figure out that you have to address these essentially non-discretionary expenses that have, in some instances, have gone up 50%, such as our insurance and utilities and other costs, we have to absorb those, and then those have to essentially be offset by discretionary items, and discretionary items come down to mostly staffing and benefits, candidly, or deferring funding of different investments or programs that the city would normally have in a typical year. 2026, as we've talked about a lot, it's going to be a challenging year. We're digesting a lot of these legislative changes, and in 2027, we'll be right back at it again, where every community, city, town, county, we all have to adopt our own municipal local income tax. And that will be where a lot of this analysis comes back into the equation. More of Senate Bill 1 gets integrated in through a multi-year period. 2027, so write this down so no one's confused, is going to be a very challenging year for us to make decisions that preserve our budgets, preserve our essential services, and properly funds your local government. Your taxes are going up. right? Your taxes are going up. We've talked about that before. Your property taxes are going down a little bit, but it's going to be offset by more fees, more local income taxes. That's the position we've been put in. There really is not a whole lot of wiggle room. We have to adapt, adjust, continue to provide critical essential services in a difficult time. We'll figure it out, but that's the calculus for 2027. You're going to hear the exact same thing when you speak to the county council, the county commissioners, or a library, a school system, a township government. But we'll be leaning into it. But for 2026, like I said, we had to make up quite a bit of gap there. It's about 4 to 5% of our budget that we were discussing in their workshops. But we will figure it out, and we'll continue to provide very essential services, and we'll continue to invest in our community. That's the parallel tracks that we're straddling in order to keep Madison moving forward. Happy to answer any questions, but that's the update. Thank you, Clerk Treasurer, for the timing. Timing's still good. We're still fine.
Yes.
We've got time. We've built it all into our schedule.
I just really quickly wanted to let you know, so tonight's meeting, you have another meeting, September 16th, and it takes me about 3.5 days with my staff to get these things entered into Gateway and our key fund accounting software. So that's where I'm leaning on you all to communicate with the mayor, and he's communicating with his departments. So once he gets that information to me, which they've done, we're going to get it to y'all, and if we can get some feedback from you guys ASAP, so we can start to get some of this stuff entered. We hate to be on a...
Yeah, and I'll summarize the changes for you, answer any questions you might have. Happy to meet one-on-one. And, of course, the budget workbook's available to you to review as well, once we get all that input.
Okay. My turn. Debbie Beeman.
Hello, everyone. Debbie Beeman, 709 Walnut Street. If I get mixed up here, y'all just bear with me. So, the first part, I'm trying to remember everything I want to say. The first part is, I appreciate all of you. I know, I've been around how hard y'all work. I don't agree with everything y'all say all the time, but I trust y'all. I trust you with my interest, and that's very important to me, and to everybody in this town. Second thing is, I'm Republican. I will always be Republican, but I try to be a fair Republican. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to cause harm to anybody, but there's been stuff going on some sites that are absolutely uncalled for. They are personal, they're against some of you all, and I just want to encourage anybody who knows anybody who is doing these things, making comments, rude comments, personal comments against these members, to either come and talk to somebody about it or just try to do better, because this stuff is not helping anything. This stuff is not helping anything. So I just want everybody to try to get along best as we can, make the decisions that are right for our town, not for people, but for our town. And just move on, and let's get positive.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you.
Sandy Palmer. Okay, thank you. That's it.
Okay, thanks everybody for being here tonight. Our next council meeting is Tuesday, September 16th. Just want to, in our parting words here, we had a great weekend last weekend. I think that it really shows how Madison can shine, and so many volunteers and members of our community put so much effort into making Madison that great, and we can do that all the time. This weekend is another example. Lots going on this week. The Unbroken Circle event is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, a very unique event for the city of Madison. So get out, enjoy all that Madison has to offer. It is a phenomenal community. Council, any parting words? Otherwise, we'll have a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Craig, thank you, too.
Hang on just a second.